for your own benefit. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
What do you think the Stellar Academy is gaining by you being here? What do you think they are gaining? What do you think each and every single person that is working behind the scenes is gaining by bettering your own life? Have your expectations, or from this point forward, swallow it. I don't want to hear about it. If you are not fine with what is happening here, you can leave. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Are you ready? Sorry, Damara? What? Okay. Those of you that are in the corner, if you can't see the TV, find your way here. Very quickly, make space for them, accommodate them quietly. If you can't see the
Hi guys, I'm Asha and I'm excited to join you.
What about the laptop? Eh?
Everybody stand up. How many minutes do we have to get out tomorrow morning?
22.
How many minutes?
21 minutes.
Okay. Is that a lot of time?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's nice.
to join the session today. Thank you to the Fresh and the team for inviting us to
Sit down.
we'll be talking about how the business controls work, and specifically how you can get to $1 million in annual recoverability. So first about how you can actually get it first.
Please be careful.
You can find it now. Took 5 minutes. Just came on.
Paired.
If you can't wait, you can listen.
Hi guys, I'm Asha. I'm excited to join you on the session today. Thank you to Precious and the team for inviting us to come here. Today we're going to be talking about how you can do your business from 0 to 1, specifically how you can grow your revenue in Nigeria to $1 million in annual recurring revenue. So the first question is about how you can actually get your first revenue. So the first thing I would say is that first.
Hi guys, I'm Asha and I'm excited to join you on the session today. Thank you to Precious and the team for inviting me.
Hi guys, I'm Asha. I'm excited
Hi
to
guys,
join
I'm
you
Asha
on the session
and
today.
I'm excited to join you.
Thank you to
on the
Precious and
session
the
today.
team for inviting us to come
Thank
here.
you to Precious and the
Today
team
we're
for
going to be talking
inviting me.
about how you can grow your business
Today we're
from
just
0 to
talking
1,
about how you can
specifically
grow your
how you
business
can grow your revenue in
specifically how you
Nigeria
can grow your
to
revenue
$1
in
million
Nigeria
in annual recurring revenue. So the first question
in
is about
recurring revenue. So the first question is about how you can actually get your first revenue. So the first thing I would say is that first you should have your business registered, and the best kind of business to register is a limited liability company. Um, because if you register a venture, there's a lot of liability on the business owner. So when you register a limited liability company, it shows investors that you are ready for business. Um, then the first thing is to take advantage of family and friends to make your first revenue. At EasyPay, the first kind of advertisement we did was on WhatsApp, and one of our very first five customers, one of our first five customers was a customer that was an international company headquarters in the Philippines. So, but they got to know us through WhatsApp. They got to know us through WhatsApp status, right? So we're always advertising, and it wasn't like advertising. We're just like trying to get customers, trying to tell our family and friends to come support us. And a friend knew this company that was starting up in Nigeria, very big agricultural firm, and that was one of our first five customers. But other customers also came from our friends and family referrals, and also the other things that we've done in the past, the other businesses we've worked with in the past, trying to also tell them that, oh, we have this new company, we have this new set product, come use it, try it, and if you like it, continue to use it and pay for it. So that's how you go about your first business. That's how you go about your first set of revenue. You have to use the goodwill that you have. And in finance, goodwill is a finance element. Is how you actually put goodwill on your financial statement, especially if it's worth a lot. So you have to use what you have to get. So in the first few months that you when you start your business, what you have, the capital you have is people, not money. The capital you have is people. So you have to always remember that. And that's why you have to be the kind of person that people want to work with, people want to refer. You also have, when you start your business, your product will not be the best. That's the truth. Your product will not be the best in the market. There will be a lot of breaking, and so you have to always communicate with your customers. You have to always tell them that you are in this together, and you have to always talk to your customers so that you know what is breaking and what you can fix fast. I remember everybody knows Airbnb today, and when Airbnb started, Airbnb went there was a time they went to see all their customers in New York, and this was very early days, and they realized that, oh, they had a lot of customers in New York. They went to New York, and when they got feedback from their customers, they shipped the update overnight, and their customers were very happy. They felt very important, and that's how you want to make your early customers feel. All right. So the first thing is you have to stay close to your customers. You have to get referrals from your friends and families, from your previous career or business. If you're starting a business out of school, then you have lecturers, you have friends, you have your social relationships. Exhaust them, use them. But one thing that you should not forget is that you are here to add value. So you are not just parasitic. Always ask yourself, what value am I adding to my friend? Value am I adding to my family? Even though they will do it eventually, but what value am I adding? And that's how you build a very good business. So the next thing that we'll talk about is co-founder dynamics and resource discipline. But I think we should just talk about co-founders dynamics, right? I know that questions on your mind would be a question in your mind would be, should I have a co-founder or should I not have a co-founder? I would say that you should have a co-founder because it's more beneficial. You're going to face a lot of pressure when you start a business. You're going to face a lot of pressure. There's going to be a lot of demand on your time, and one of the things that you want to do is to have the opportunity to share, that pressure with somebody else and have someone that you can build something together with. But you also need to know that this person is committed to what you want to do, right? So the first thing that you should do is first remember that there are people people work together, but they don't work together forever, right? There are different seasons for different people. That's one of the things that you should know. So one of the things that you should have is you must have a signed co-founder agreement. So always have a very sound um, co-founder agreement that helps you to manage when a co-founder exits. That's number one. Then number two, one thing I want to tell you guys is to also think about before you say, oh, this person is my co-founder or this person is not my co-founder. Also think about it. Do I see myself working with this person long time? What exactly is the specific benefit of having this person as my co-founder? It should be something that you cannot do yourself, and they must do it. They must them you guys shouldn't hire for them to do it. They must be the one to actually execute and operate that task. And both of you should have realistic goals or goals that you set for yourself that you meet. All right. That's beyond a normal human working relationship, right? That's beyond a normal working relationship. So both of you must obviously that's a given. Should have a very good working relationship. So there's a question about how do you handle pivots and near misses. And I mean, I remember our experience at EasyPay when we started. We're trying to build so many things at once, and one of the things that we realized after 1 year was that we needed to streamline what we're building and zero in on one thing. And in fact, then I had to just take the bull by the horn, and we let everybody go, and then I took over product, used PowerPoint. It was just like very crude, use PowerPoint to design the user interface and gave it to the two engineers that we had at that time to help us, execute. So it's very important that you realize how do you know when to pivot? How do you know when not to pivot? I mean, you need to first, from our perspective, was to look at what we're trying to build. It was taking longer than usual to build something out. It was taking over a year to build out something. That's definitely not how a startup should operate. You need 3 months, 4 months to build out something and get it to the customers to test. So you have to be fast, in delivering your product to customers so that you know if this product works or not. You need feedback from customers to be able to make your product better and better and better and better and better. The other thing is that you need to also look at the response from the market. What's the market saying about your product? So you only know if you should pivot if the response from the market confirms your initial hypothesis or not. But if you don't have a product in the market, then you can't confirm anything. All right. So you have to do everything possible to make sure that you get a product in market, and that's what we call the MVP. So you need to have an MVP. MVP is something that is the most valuable product, right? So it's not supposed to be everything that you desire as a founder. It's supposed to just solve the critical problem that a customer has. All right. So look at that very well. So you can pivot if, for instance, you're spending so much time on building the product, or if the market is saying no to your product. And the market can say no to your product in two ways. The first way would be if you're not hitting your revenue target on time, or you're not even hitting your revenue target at all. All right, so um, there's a question here about mistakes that cost the most and decisions that change everything. I mean, it's something I like to share very well, and mistakes most of the time is always about people. I remember we're very excited hiring a salesperson one time, and we had to let her go in 3 months. It was not just a failure on our part, but a failure on our part too, because we really did not define what we wanted. We really did not define, and we didn't realize that we needed somebody better with better skills, at that time. So one of the biggest lessons I've also learned in business, which is very important for you also to learn, is that you have to compete, you have to fight, in business to win, um, nothing comes because nothing comes because you have good intentions or you don't. Good intention doesn't mean that your business will win. Good design doesn't mean that your business will win. You have to compete every day, and you have to wake up with that mindset every day that you are fighting a battle to win. All right. So when you want to spend money on your ads, think about it. There's a lot of competition, and it's called bidding war, right? There's a lot of bidding or happening online when you're doing digital marketing. So you are actually competing. So you want to think from that perspective. How do I win this battle? How do I win this bidding war? How do customers prefer? How do I get a lot of prospects to like my product or to prefer my product to another product? So you have to think from that perspective, and you need to be determined and stay focused on your goals. That's one thing that you should not apologize for. You should not apologize for being relentless. You should not apologize for being committed to your goals. I know that as entrepreneurs that you guys are, you sleep late, you do a number of things. Sometimes you don't even see people in front of you. Um, those things happen, and you have to be focused. It is not you have to be focused. Let me just put it like that. One of the things that I also say is that you will fail more than you will succeed on different things while you are on this entrepreneurship journey. And the good thing is, and why we say that you'll fail. I know you've probably heard this before. When you are building your life towards being successful, you will fail more before you start succeeding. And then when you start succeeding, you're just going to stay on that lane because humans are wired like that. So, if for instance you started Dangote's, you own Dangote Cement, right? You're going to stay on that lane. You're not going to go tomorrow and say, "Oh, I want to start this. I want to start this. I want to do this." You're going to stay on that lane so that you keep on being successful, and that's what success is all about. So you fail a lot more before you succeed, and when you succeed, then you're going to have your own principles of success that will keep you being successful. So pick yourself up when you fail. That's it. Just pick yourself up. Have How do you pick yourself up? Number one is ensure that you're in the right environment. Okay, ensure that you're in the right environment. Ensure that you have the right people around you. Ensure that you have the right people speaking to you. All right, that is very very important because what you take in affects what you give out, and also even affects you, internally. All right, thank you very much, everyone. I hope you've gained something from what I've shared. I'm looking forward to what you guys built, and I'm sure it will be amazing. And thank you to Precious and the team for doing this. This is really a great thing that you guys are doing. And if anyone have any question, you can always pass it through Precious and the team. Thank you. Bye.